My name is Jason Jones. I'm with the Asheville Fire Department, and we're here today about Fire Prevention Week. We're going to talk about cooking up fire safety in the kitchen. And today I have a special guest with me, Allison Walker from Randolph County 4-H. We're going to do a walkthrough in their kitchen. We're going to see what things are not right and which things are right. I will tell you, I've already sabotaged their kitchen and put things in place that are not right, and she's going to pick them out. So we'll go ahead and begin. All right, Allison, you go ahead and tell me what you think is wrong in the kitchen.
Okay.
And we'll mark it and we'll come back and talk about it. So after you.
Okay. I think the oven mitts.
All right, the oven mitts. All right, that's one.
The bread on the stove there.
All right, the bread on the stove.
The plastic forks by the stove.
Okay.
I think this paper that's really close to the burner.
Okay. All right. Okay.
These are not unplugged, so I think that is an issue.
That's not a problem.
I don't know, that's the safest location for this.
All right.
This in the oven, I don't know about storing the lids
Okay.
in the oven.
So put that there.
I think I got all the issues. I guess we'll see.
Okay. So now we're going to go back over everything. Right now, when we talk about safety in the kitchen, she was right. Okay, so we do have oven mitts, and there are actually too close to the burners. They're good for hand protection, but they will burn if left on there. Okay, so we will take them and we'll put them over here. All right. Also, storing things on top of your oven, whether it's plastic forks, whether it's plastic bag with bread in it, or whether it's a wooden plaque, that's definitely too close to this area. So what we'll do is we'll move these and get them away as well. Also, when you look at this, does anybody else in the audience, as far as the visual part of this, see anything out of the ordinary? All right, so right now, we've got a trash can, okay? I'll just use this as an example. We're cooking, and there's a trash can which usually has paper, plastics, or whatever industrial stuff inside that trash can. So the trash can would be another item that we would want to move away from our stove. Now then, there's something else here that's in the wrong location. The fire extinguisher. All right, if I'm cooking and I have a fire in this area, and I go to grab my fire extinguisher, even if I go to the side of it, I could get burned. So our fire extinguisher definitely does not need to be in that area. Okay. So now then, also when I'm standing here, cooking safety, the handle is pointed in the out direction. Remember, folks, for your kids' safety, you want to put it on the inside, okay? So definitely remember, put your hands on the inside, because if it does, if it's like this and your child comes up to it, it's going to spill and burn them, okay? Also, for your safety, children, remember a 36-inch distance away from your stove, which is practically about where I'm standing right now. Okay, 36 inches, a radius around it, that keeps your kids safe. Now then, we'll go back and we'll keep going. Allison picked, she said that the plastic forks were too close, and she was right. She said that the paper material was too close, and she was correct on that as well. Also, she mentioned the plug-ins, the small appliances. Okay, if you're not using a small appliance, unplug it. It's no bigger that way, they're not having to come on. As we walk this way, we look at some more, okay? We've got a stove here, we've got a blender, they're plugged in. So we wouldn't want them plugged in. Why would we not want to do that? I mean, heat those radiators, okay? So make sure that your oven, your portable oven can be, make sure it's spaced out away from when you actually bake stuff in, because heat radiates, it can burn cabinets, okay? So make sure they're alright. She mentioned actually this is easy-off oven cleaner. This is highly flammable. This is not a place you want to store it beside one of your stoves. So Therefore, you've got other places underneath your sink somewhere that you can put that outside out of mind. Right now, we're over here to the actual oven part. And we've stored Tupperware inside our oven. That's a definitely no, because what's the first thing you do when you want to cook something in the oven? You do a preheat. If that's in there, you're definitely going to have a fire, which Allison called. So when you do, we'll take them out and put them in another area that's safe. Okay, because I've actually run cars before we've had oven fires. And while we're talking about oven fires, if you have an oven fire, how do you put an oven fire out? Okay, well, you got to think about this. You go up and you turn your oven off first. If you see flame in the oven, definitely call 911. But don't go up to your oven and do this, because what happens is the heat comes out, and I guarantee you, 90% of the time you're going to be in front of it. When you do, it's going to burn your chest and your face. So leave the door shut, turn the oven off, call 911. If you know where your breaker box is, you can also turn the power off from there as well inside your house. But just keep in mind, leave the door shut. Okay. Anything that you think, if you're worried about it, you got a fire extinguisher, you want to fight fire in the kitchen, that's fine. Remember that there's always a 6 to 7 foot rule. But my suggestion would be call 911, get the fire department there. Make sure you've got insurance on your house, that way you don't destroy nothing. But call the fire department, get them there, and that's the first step, 911. So, oven safety, turn the power off if you have an oven fire. We go back to cooking safety in the kitchen, around your stove. Make sure you keep your stove area a clean area. Okay? And also, don't forget, we've got ventilation systems now. And a lot of times people forget about cleaning the grease out of this stuff. So make sure your filters and things are clean. Because if you do have an oven fire, the first thing that's going to heat up is the grease. The grease is going to catch on fire. Next thing you know, your cabinet's going to be on fire. So cleanliness, okay? Keep all this area clean. And if I want to stress one thing, the children, okay, 36 inches of clearance. Keep them away from this stove. It is hot and it will burn. Also, when you're baking cookies, I'm going to have to go back over here again. Remember, cookies get smells. I know because I like cookies. All right, when you've got this down, you've got cookies in your oven. This is hot. Okay, this is a cooking area. And if your child walks up to it and touches it, they're burnt. There's no second chances of burns, and that's why I'm here today trying to save anybody from the pain that could cause. But if you have any questions, please visit our website. We'll have it posted. All our information is on there. We'll have handouts to go with this video. And I don't mind phone calls. I don't mind emails. If you've got a question, please send it. And we're a team here. And if you get one, we'll all get it. I'll get you an answer. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.